Traditional nutritional guidelines have long insisted on carbohydrates as the foundation of a healthy diet. The food pyramid, in its various iterations, placed grains at the base and treated fat as something to be rationed carefully. The Greenlandic Inuit, with no interest in nutritional orthodoxy, built their diet on exactly the opposite architecture, and they did it successfully for millennia. Up to 41% of their calories came from protein. As little as 10% came from carbohydrates. Fat filled the rest. By every conventional benchmark, this should have been a disaster. By every observable health marker of the traditional population, it was not. Understanding why requires a reckoning with metabolic flexibility. The human body is not a carbohydrate-burning machine by nature. It is a machine capable of burning carbohydrates when they are available and shifting to fat and protein metabolism when they are not. In a high-protein, low-carbohydrate metabolic state, the liver converts amino acids to glucose through gluconeogenesis, a process that sustains brain function without any dietary carbohydrate at all. This is not a fringe metabolic pathway. It is a core feature of human physiology that most modern people never activate because they eat carbohydrates all day. The Inuit diet also reveals something important about protein's upper limits. There is a phenomenon called rabbit starvation or protein poisoning, a documented condition in which consuming lean protein without adequate fat causes nausea, weakness, and eventually death. Arctic explorers and indigenous hunters were well aware of this. The solution was always to prioritize fatty animals and to avoid surviving on lean meat alone. This is why fat was not a reluctant addition to the Inuit diet. It was metabolically essential, a buffer against the toxicity of extreme protein intake. For modern applications, the high-protein model carries significant appeal. Higher protein intake supports satiety, preserves lean muscle mass during caloric restriction, increases thermic effect of feeding, and has shown favorable outcomes for blood sugar regulation. But caution is warranted at the extremes. Protein above roughly 35 to 40% of total calories, particularly without adequate fat, strains the urea cycle, the metabolic process responsible for excreting protein's nitrogen waste products. People with compromised kidney function face amplified risk. The research on long-term very high protein intake and kidney health in otherwise healthy individuals is less alarming than once thought, but it is not a blanket assurance that more is always better. What the Greenlandic model offers is not a strict prescription, but a structural insight. The dominance of carbohydrates in the modern diet is a recent and somewhat arbitrary historical development. Populations have thrived across a wide spectrum of macronutrient ratios. The crucial variables are food quality and metabolic context, not hitting a particular percentage. Replacing refined carbohydrates with quality protein from fish, eggs, and meat, while including sufficient fat to prevent metabolic dysregulation, aligns well with what the evidence suggests about sustainable dietary patterns. The Arctic, inhospitable in every other sense, offers a surprisingly instructive model.